What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. If you read the title, then you know what this video is about. Um, I just wanted to give my thoughts, my opinion on the huge news. This is big news, that Days of Our Lives, after over 50 years, will no longer be on NBC Network. They're moving over to Peacock streaming. That's huge. And I'm going to be honest with you about my reaction. When I first read about it, my reaction, I was excited. I really was because I didn't go into it with a negative attitude. I read on Twitter so many negative tweets about it. And don't get me wrong, I sympathize because I understand where a lot of people are coming from with this. I get it. I totally do. Um, Especially older people, that's been watching the show for 50 plus years. They were upset about it because they don't really do, a lot of them don't do streaming, and I get it. They watch traditional network television. So I totally understand it. Um, my thing is, for me, I went into it with a positive attitude because times change. You have to adapt. And we are in changing times. A lot of things have changed over the years. Um, I've seen some tweets where people were so doom and gloom about this because they felt that this was the network's way of trying to cancel the show. I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel that way because, and the reason why I didn't feel that way is simply because they gave the show a 2 year renewal. NBC renewed the show for 2 years. Mind you, they did not have to. There's if NBC, to me, I feel like I could be wrong. I don't know what their intentions are. I feel like if NBC wanted to kill off days, they've had numerous opportunities throughout the years to really shut it down. They've had numerous chances. Every time, because they would only sign, the show on for 1 year. They would usually give it a 1 year renewal. And when they do that, every time the renewal will come up, they could have shut it down, but like, you know what, we're not going to renew this year. You know what I mean? They could have put any news show or talk show in its place, but they never did. They never did. That's why I feel like them moving it over to Peacock had nothing to do with cancellation. I didn't think it had anything to do with it. Um, I think when they did Beyond Salem on Peacock, I think Beyond Salem did such good numbers. I mean, obviously, that's why they gave it a chapter two. Not only did they give it a chapter two, they even did a Christmas special on Peacock. And I think those numbers were so good that they were like, you know what, let's move the main show over there. Because you got to understand something. Like I said, it's all about change. TV has changed significantly. I mean, look at it. You got talk shows. People have talk shows on streaming services now. People have news programs on streaming services now. More people stream, more people watch TV on streaming platforms than ever before. I mean, streaming has become huge in the last 5 to 6 years. Big. And I could tell you right now, me personally, my opinion, I watch a lot of shows on streaming networks myself, on platforms. I watch a lot of shows on them, a lot of shows, a lot of movies. That's just the thing now. You know what I mean? You got to change with the time, and I feel like them moving daytime into the streaming era, I feel like a lot of good can happen. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good and bad to this thing. Don't get me wrong. The bad, a few of the bad things are, I mean, they're probably going to have to trim the cast. They're probably going to have to cut more cast members to shrink it a little bit. They're probably going to reduce the number of episodes you get per week. So instead of the 5 days, you're probably going to get four, maybe three. It's going to be a lot of challenges to this thing. There's challenges to a lot of things in life, and this is going to be no different. I'm excited because this is a whole new opportunity to tell new stories, to do something totally different than what they do on network TV. I mean, they don't have to limit themselves because on network TV you have to kind of limit what you can say, limit what you can do. Whereas on streaming, you can go a little extra with it. You know what I mean? Like, you could, hell, we might get a little bit of X rated. You never know. The love scenes might be a little bit more than what you're used to on network television. The dialogue, you might get some swear bombs in there. I feel like they'll be able to do storylines that network TV would be like, no, we're not going to let you do that. On streaming, you can get away with it, whereas network, you can't. I think that there's an ability to, stretch the story a little bit further than what you normally can do. And I'm looking forward to that. Um, and like I said, TV is just changing. You got to think. Back then, soap opera started out on radio back in the day. It went from radio uh, to television, and now they're trying to move it from television to streaming. That's just the way the world works. Everything moves, you know. Like you just have to adapt to it. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what NBC's plan was for this. Um, I just got excited about it. That was my first reaction when I heard about this. I said, this is pretty cool. I know some people, like I said, they were thinking doom and gloom, like, oh, they're trying to, kill off the show. They're trying to whatever. I don't think that way because, I've seen a lot of people say, well, after watching for 30 years, I'm not going to watch anymore. If you're a diehard fan, man, you going to follow it. You're going to watch. And I've seen some people say, well, I'm not paying for Peacock just to watch it. Because from what I gather, they're going to put it on the premium tier of Peacock because they got a couple different tiers. And they're going to put it on the premium tier where you have to pay for it. And I think that's like $4 to $7 a month, somewhere around $7 a month, close to, if I'm not mistaken. My thing is, you're basically already paying. Some people are already paying to watch days. If you got cable and you watch it on cable, you're pretty much paying every month, but you're paying a way higher bill. Um, if you have like internet with Comcast or you're a Comcast customer, I'm a Comcast customer. You know what I mean? So I get my Peacock. I don't have to pay the money for the Peacock. I get it, but it's ad supported. And the only way I can get it, free of ads is if I pay like $5 extra. You know what I mean? And I don't really care for the ads. The ads don't really bother me. So I just do the ad. You know what I mean? So you pretty much ain't, it's a part of your package. But I get where a lot of people's complaints are coming from. Don't get me wrong, because I don't want to sound insensitive to a lot of older folks and stuff. 'Cause I totally get it. You know what I mean? But for me, I just feel like this is a good thing, I see a lot of I choose to be on the positive side of it instead of the negative because like I said, if you're a big fan of the show, you're gonna watch the show. You know what I mean? You're gonna continue to support the show because if you support it on Peacock, then the show will continue. They're gonna be like, okay, great, everybody, still wants to see this and like I said, everybody just watches, streaming. A lot of people watch shows on streaming nowadays, and I'm just totally excited about the possibilities of where this show can go. Um, the stories that they can tell. I hope Ron Carlivati can pull it off, tell some new meaty stories and stuff like that, like really go in on this because you don't have the restriction of network television. So you can definitely go a little further than what you normally would be able to do. And like I said, I'm just looking so forward to this. Cause watching Beyond Salem and stuff, that was like watching a whole nother show. And I think they did great work with that. And I think if they do this correctly, they can do great with this. Like I said, times are changing. You just have to adapt and change with it. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. I'm so looking forward to it. Apparently, it's gonna happen September the 12th is the first day that it will be exclusively available on Peacock. I will definitely be watching. Definitely. Um, I would definitely be throwing some reviews in there. Giving my opinion on it, of course. And I really do hope a lot of you, check it out. Look at it. Continue to support the show because that's how you keep the show going by supporting it. You know what I mean? Keep supporting it. If you really love the show and you're a fan of it, keep watching. I think that this could be good. Like I said, I'm optimistic. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that this is going to be a good move for them. Because any way that we can keep a daytime drama going, I'm for it. Because we done seen a lot of daytime dramas get canceled, and I'm really pulling for this. That this is going to be the right move for them. Because, like I said, NBC could have just shut it down and canceled a long time ago, but they didn't. They're obviously invested and they're trying to keep it going. So we have as fans, we have to do our part and keep it going. In order, we got to keep viewing. Because if you keep viewing, they'll say, okay, cool. Everybody's into it. They're still watching. We even gain more viewers. So let's keep the show going. You know what I mean? Let's even, if they cut down some episodes, they're going to probably like, well, let's pick up some episodes, since everybody's so into it. It can work. You just got to be, patient and keep supporting. So yeah, hit the comments. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Peace.